All right, welcome to the RFN video series. This is going to be our stretching video, our stretching 101. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to take you through the stretches that I want you to do. You're going to do these whether you're going to do one of the conditioning workouts that I assign you or whether you're going to do the cardio. So ideally we're doing these stretches on a very regular basis, getting these under our belt. So rewatch the video as many times as you need to. We're going to go over the form and technique, and without further ado, let's get going.
Make sure I got space. All right, go for it.
All right, the first stretch we're going to do, we're going to be on a mat. We're going to be in this lunge position for a majority of the first few stretches. So if you have a mat and you're doing this at home, or whether you're doing it at a gym, or whether you're doing it here, grab a mat, get yourself comfortable. We're going to start with the left leg forward. We're going to do what's called the elbow to instep. We're going to take our left leg, bring it forward. We're going to take our left elbow and we're going to bring it as close to the instep of our left foot as we can. And we're going to just hold that stretch for about 30 to 45 seconds. From the side view, I want you to notice one of the things that a lot of people do is they bring this back leg forward, this back hip forward. I don't want you to do that. I want you to try to maintain two 90-degree angles here. 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Place that hand on the ground, bring that elbow to the instep. Ideally, we're going to feel that on the inside of your leg. You might feel it in a little bit of the hamstring, but you're going to feel it where you need to feel it. So you're going to hold that for about 30 to 45 seconds, then switch to the other leg. So right leg, same thing, moving on. All right, so the next stretch we're going to do, we're going to bring that left leg forward again. We're going to do a modified pigeon stretch. So we're going to bring this foot forward. We're going to get into our version of the pigeon stretch. It's a little different than the yoga version. I tend to find it a little more effective. You're going to feel a little bit more in your glutes. So one hand is on the foot, the other hand is on the ground. We're sitting nice and tall. Once again, from the side view, you're going to see my back is flat. I'm pushing this right leg forward. I do not want to be leaning on my left leg. I want to be leaning on my right knee. I'm staying nice and tall, and then to really increase this stretch, I'm going to take my right hip and I'm going to turn it towards my left knee. I'm going to get a huge glute stretch in my butt. I might feel a little bit of stretch in my right hip flexor. Either way, we're feeling a big stretch in that leg. Once again, 30 to 45 seconds. We're going to feel that in our butts on both sides, both legs. All right, so our next stretch is what I like to call the fell out of a building stretch. The reason for that is because you look like you fell out of a building when you lay on the ground and you do this. Kind of looks like a chalk outline. So we're going to lay on the ground. You're going to take your left foot and bring it to your left butt. Then you're going to take your right knee and bring it towards your right elbow. And as you can see, I kind of look like I fell out of a building. So that's why we call it that. We are stretching the front of our quad. When we bring that right knee up, we're going to feel that a lot more. When we bring the left foot to the left butt, we're stretching the quad. We bring the right knee up, we're going to feel that more because we're stretching the muscle across two joints. So our next stretch, we sit kind of back on our heels here. We're going to stretch our lat, which is underneath the armpit. We're going to sit kind of back on our heels a little bit. We're going to put our right hand on the ground. Our left hand is going to reach out in front of us. We're going to make sure our hand is in a karate chop. I don't want your hand flat. I want your thumb up like so. And you're going to be from the side view. I want you to be pushing your butt back that way and reaching your hand this way and really pulling back. Again, you should feel this underneath the left lat. If you want to increase the depth of the stretch, you're going to go across your body and you're going to feel that. It's going to be a deeper stretch. You're going to feel that a whole lot more. So the next one we're going to do, we're going to stand up. We're going to grab a towel. We're going to grab something that's approximately 2 inches thick. We're going to use a weight plate here. If you're at home, you can use a 2x4. You can use a book if you want to. I'm going to bring this forward. What we're going to do is what's called a toe touch progression. So you're going to take a towel, you're going to fold it up, you're going to place it between your knees, and you are going to squeeze it like so between your knees. I want you to squeeze squeeze that in there like I'm going to take it from you. So squeeze it in there nice and tight. I want you to squeeze it. You should feel your quads turn on. You're going to elevate your heels on the 2x4 or the weight plate or the book, and then you're going to reach up to the sky as high as you can. And I want you to come down your body and reach towards the ground and hold that for about 1 second. Then you're going to stand up, bring it back down, reach back towards the ground. The important part with this stretch is that you're really maintaining a tight grip with your knees on the towel, and then you're also really going as far and as deep as you can with this stretch. If you kind of do it willy-nilly and just kind of go through the motions, you're going to get the results of just going through the motions. So really be actively trying to get as far as you can, holding that for 1 second. We really want to think about doing about 8 reps of that. I tell people to think about doing 8 sets of 1 rather than 1 set of 8. So when you're doing 1 set of 8, and you're just going through the motions, doing 8, you're not concentrating on each rep. When you do 8 sets of 1, you're really resetting and focusing each time on a new rep and really going through the motion. So the next piece of this, now instead of being with our heels off the plate, we're going to now put our toes up on the plate. The towel's going to go right back where it's supposed to be. Reaching towards the sky, coming back down, reaching towards the toes. This is going to feel a lot deeper in the hamstrings because we're getting our calves involved. This is a lot more powerful of a stretch. Both are important. The first one is working on stability of the hamstrings. This one we're working on more of the mobility of the hamstrings. We're doing the same 8 reps, 8 sets of 1 each time. That is the toe touch progression. The next stretch we are going to do is we are going to get into a calf stretch. Do you want to move the camera for this?
Yep.
Calf stretch, we're going to go here. We're going to grab whatever you want, a pillar, a door, either way. We want to place our foot up like so. We're going to keep our knee straight, and we are going to bring our hip towards the pillar or the post. Okay, you're going to feel this in the higher part of your calf, in what's called your gastrocnemius or your calf proper. We're going to hold that for about, once again, 30 to 45 seconds. Then we're going to back away, and now what we're going to do is we're going to bend the knee, and we're going to try to bring our knee, we're keeping our foot up, we're trying to bring our knee towards the pillar again, and now you're going to feel this in the lower part of your calf, in what's called your soleus. That's a different muscle inside there. That's attached to your Achilles tendon, and you are going to feel that one quite a bit. It feels pretty good. So make sure the foot stays elevated, bring that down. These are paramount for if you're going to run or jump rope. You really want to make sure that we're getting these in here. It's a real easy way to get injured if you hurt your calf that way. So the last one, the last 2 I guess that we're going to do is one called the couch stretch. So I usually use one of the boxes. You can go against the flat wall if you want to. You can also, if you're at home, use the couch. So this is where you sit on the couch. This is where your legs go. This is where your butt goes. This is how we're going to do the couch stretch with this box. You're going to take your feet, you're going to place both feet back towards where your legs would hang on the couch. You're going to then bring one of your feet back and bring that knee back towards the couch, and then we're going to step forward with the other leg. Now, when we do this stretch, the closer we bring our knee to the couch, the more intense the stretch is going to be. Okay, the further we bring it out, the less intense. Couple quick notes. We really want to make sure that we're not arching our back when we do this. We want to tilt our hips underneath us and try to maintain a flat back. We are immediately going to want to have our back in this position when we get in here, and that's going to take away from the stretch. So you want to make sure that you're tilted under. If you squeeze your glute on your left side, that will really help increase that stretch. The other piece of this is you want to make sure you're breathing and relaxing. This shouldn't feel good. It should be very uncomfortable, but it should not take your breath away. If it's taking your breath away, then it's too much, and then we're going to be in fight or flight. We're not going to accomplish what we want to be. So if it's taking your breath away and it's too much, bring the knee out a little bit. That will help that a lot, okay? So Breathing and relaxing. Every other stretch we're doing for 30 to 45 seconds. Every other stretch is not combating what we do all day long, which is sitting. So this stretch, we are going against what we do when we sit, and we're loosening up your hip flexors. So this one we want to do for at least a minute on each side, and we're going to work up towards 2 minutes on each side. Once again, really remain active with that glute. It's easy to forget about your glute. It's really nice if this is your couch and that's your TV and you do this during an entire commercial. That's perfect, all right? So that is the couch stretch, one of the best stretches that we can do. The last stretch that we're going to do is going to be for some shoulder mobility. It's really great for, honestly, it's really great for your golf swing, but it's also really great for posture. So we're going to get into what's called the pretzel. This one's a little bit challenging. You're going to lay on your side like you're sleeping, and then what you're going to do is you're going to bring your left leg up and grab it with your right hand. Then you're going to bring your right foot back and grab it with your left hand. Then what we're going to do is we're going to rotate. The goal of this is to have my knee as close to the ground as possible, and then breathe and relax. And as I breathe and relax, I'm bringing my left shoulder towards the ground. And I'm going to breathe in through my nose and exhale. And each time I exhale, that shoulder is going to get closer to the ground. I want you to take 10 deep breaths. While you do this, you're going to do it on one side, and then you're going to do it on the other, and then you're going to be done stretching and ready for exercise.